Hello, hello, hello. Hi, everybody. H-E-L-L-E. Okay, now I've said hi. Now I can be on here. Hi, everyone. How are you doing? Okay, so I'm done with October. Sad, bittersweet. Hello, you know what I'm talking about, bittersweet. I'm gonna miss it tomorrow. You know, I already kind of miss it today. Today was like, oh, I get to sleep in, but then tomorrow I'm gonna be like, what happened with my October? I miss it. So that's what's going on there. Trying to find a decent angle. I don't think I'm gonna get one, but I really kind of don't care either. My hair is chaos. My life is chaos. Who cares, right? Hi, everybody. Okay, so you'll notice there is so much shit on this desk. That is all of my soap and bath bomb and beauty product making stuff. I'm about to get in full swing. I have orders for my Love soap. I have orders for my Mercury Retrograde soap. I have orders for my Luck soap. I have orders for my Money soap. I gotta get cooking, alright? I gotta get things going here. I'm about to be taking off to Vegas from the 8th to the 11th of this month in November. So if anybody is out there in Vegas land and wants to meet in person, that's where I'll be. And so we can make a schedule and go meet each other when we're there. And then after that, when I get back, I'm going to be just like full swing, just nothing but soap. Nothing but soap and scrubs and lotions and protective blends and all sorts of things. One of the things that I'm going to be doing for myself, and since I was going to do it for myself, I thought, you know, I might as well teach everybody about this. I was going to make myself a protective scrub. It was going to be a sugar scrub, and it was going to have a lot of properties in it. Not only was it going to help my skin to look good, but it's also going to help protect me physically and spiritually. I'm going to be adding some actual herbs, some sugar, some oils, and then some essential oils too, and then be blessing this for myself. But since I thought, well, I know I really need this, I bet that you guys could actually use this too. I'm going to tell you my main two ingredients that I'm going to be using essential oil wise, and I'm going to be telling you why I'm going to be using them. So I might be saying this wrong, but it's Copaiba, Copaida. So Copaiba, or BA, yeah, Copaiba. It's an essential oil. It is a supplement. You can take it. They say about 1 drop is a supplement dosage. It is not a hot oil, but you can go ahead and dilute this. Now this I'm going to be putting in my sugar scrub. And if you're like, well, why are you going to be putting it in your sugar scrub? First of all, let's just go with, I want to look pretty, right? Copaiba is amazing for rejuvenation. So if you have dark spots, wrinkles, scars, keloids, things like that, this can actually help to reduce those dark lines, fade away those scars, smooth out your skin. And then on top of a light sugar scrub and the other, you know, hydrating oils I'm going to be putting in there for myself, it's going to be a really amazing little thing I make for myself just for that. Healthy skin, meaning that you'd have no blemishes. Alleviate soreness and muscle joints. So I'm going to be making a decent amount of this because I'm going to be making a full body scrub for this that I will be able to use on my face, and I will be able to use on my legs, and I will be able to use on my back. If I have like soreness in my shoulders or my legs or my hips or something, this can definitely help alleviate some of that soreness in my muscles and in my joints. It helps to combat digestive issues. Now, I actually have a lot of digestive issues. Always consult a doctor. I'm not a doctor. I'm just an herbalist, and you guys are getting my information right now for free. So if you take it and you go and you die, that's on you, okay? No responsibility. If you didn't know you were allergic to something, whatever. So ask your doctor first. But if he says, oh yeah, you're fine, that's not going to hurt you at all, try this. Just a little drop in a capsule. You could put a little bit of coconut oil in the capsule, take it, and that can help support your digestive issues. Support your respiratory system. Now, a lot of us have respiratory issues. I know I do. Such a light smell, honestly. It's almost like light wood chip smell. Very, very light wood chip smell. Barely anything there. But what you could do is you could put a drop in your hand, rub it like this, and breathe it in nice and deep. Another thing you could do would be diffuse this to help with your respiratory system. Another thing you would be able to do would be put a couple drops in your bath, put a couple drops in your foot bath. All those things would help to support your respiratory system. You could also rub it on the bottoms of your feet. If this was your foot and this was your heel and these were all your toes, right here in the middle is about where your lungs are. So go ahead and put some on there and rub it in. Kickstart your immune system. So again, if you're feeling like you're getting kind of under the weather, I would make myself a little cocktail. I would do a drop of this, a drop of lemon, a drop of frankincense, and a drop of melaleuca in a little pill with the rest of it coconut oil. And I would take that bad boy. Again, consult your doctor. If you die, that's on you. Okay. Now magical properties. So being what I do for a living, if something has a dual purpose, oh, trust me, I need to know about that because I want to know that I'm getting the full benefit. Now, the funny thing is about this, you could have lavender soap all day, all day, all day, and you could be a super stressed out person, right? And then all of a sudden somebody tells you, oh, lavender's for calming you down and soothing your, intellect and all that. And then so you're like, oh, really? And you're all, thank you, lavender, for calming me down and soothing my intellect. And all of a sudden the lavender works like that. And you're like, wait a second. I've smelled lavender my whole life. It's never actually calmed me down. How come when I told it thank you for doing this thing, did it actually work? That's because you're attributing one of its very many properties that it could have. It could have friendship, it could have youth, it could have dreams, it could have calming, it could have, there's all these different things lavender can do, right? But basically, instead of just washing with it absent-mindedly and not attributing anything to it, what you have done then is that thank you for bringing the calming or thank you for bringing the relaxation to me. And all of a sudden you feel relaxed and you're like, how did that work? Because you have attributed what property the product is going to use for you. So, this has very many things it can do. As you're sitting there scrubbing yourself, thank you for my purification, okay? Thank you for my healing. Thank you for allowing my dreams to be vivid tonight as you're putting it on your forehead and on the back of your neck and on your feet. Thank you for allowing me to love myself and for others to love me. This can be used as an aphrodisiac. So you're going to go see that special someone, put a little bit on. Thank you so much for letting, John Doe just be so enthralled with me. He just couldn't keep his hands off me, couldn't keep his eyes off me. He wanted me, and that's all. Thank you so much. Use it for hex breaking. If you're doing a lot of removal and a lot of curse lifting and things like that, and you feel like there's layers and you really have to scrub it off, what better the way than make yourself a body scrub to literally scrub it off? So put your, depending on how much sugar you have, I would do 10, 20 drops of this in there. Your avocado oil, coconut oil, sunflower oil, whatever in there, argan oil, jojoba oil, mixed up so it's nice and luxurious on your skin. Scrub it off. Thank you so much for removing these hexes and these curses. Scrub it in your hair, scrub it on your face. Don't hurt yourself scrubbing, because if it is like too sharp a sugar, you could hurt your face. So be very light and gentle, but on your body, you shouldn't have any problems. Thank you for my psychic vision. So you could just use the plain oil before you're doing cards, before you do scrying, before you do meditation. You could use it before, use it in the scrub, in a bath before you're doing ritual work. So you're doing a ritual bath before your ritual work. Thank you for allowing my psychic visions to come through. Thank you for helping me relieve my stress. Thank you for my happiness. Thank you for my prosperity. It adds strength to rituals and spells. So if you're about to do something really big, take a ritual bath. Use some copaiba in it. Scrub yourself down with your thing. Thank you for my strength. Thank you for my power. Much like Dragon's Blood amplifies, this can amplify. Thank you for helping me with exorcism. Now, nobody should really be doing their own exorcism. Just gonna throw it out there. But if you do feel like there's some impression on you, and you don't really know who to turn to, and you want to do like some self-work, I rebuke anything within me that, that is negative. I get rid of everything that, is here to hurt me. And you just really kind of wash it off, scratch yourself off, right? Good for consecrating your tools. Now, I will say, not all stones can be touched with oil. Not all things should have oil on them. So please do your research. I don't want you, messing up some clothing or a cool piece of wood that's now permanently darker, or, whatever's going to happen because you put oil on it. But do your research. If it's something that can have oil on it, you can totally use this to help consecrate your tools. So what are some cool things that mix well with this? Say you wanted to make your own protection oil or your own aphrodisiac oil. How about that? Let's go with aphrodisiac. That sounds fun. What are some things we can mix with this? Clary sage, jasmine, neroli, orange, rose, sandalwood, vanilla, ylang-ylang. Those are all things that would ginger definitely help spice up your love life. So if you wanted to throw those all together, a couple drops here, a couple drops there, mix them all up. Thank you so much for this being the most strong, most potent aphrodisiac / love potion I have ever come across, or anybody ever has. Whoever comes within contact of me wearing this instantly wants me, gives me everything that they have to give, loves me so much, will do anything for me, whatever it is you want them to say, okay? And you do that. Say you're looking for protection. What are some things you can mix with this? First of all, bergamot on its own, there's an old wives' tale that says, a witch with a drop of bergamot in her hand, no harm can come to her. And believe you and me, many a day I don't leave the house without a drop of bergamot in my hand. For protection, I would go bergamot, cedarwood, frankincense, lemon, orange. That's pretty much what I see on here. So let me go down the full list of what really smells good with this. Bergamot, cedarwood, clary sage, frankincense, ginger, grapefruit, jasmine, lemon, lime, neroli, orange, rose, sandalwood, vanilla, and the ylang-ylang. So if you want to make yourself a little mix, that's what you do with that one. Okay, the next one I wanted to talk to you guys about is kind of a fun one. This one's called Blue Tansy. Now I will say this, Blue Tansy is poisonous, but it's not incredibly poisonous. It's not so poisonous that they're not selling it for you to use, but this one does not have a supplement information on it. That being said, some people can use this as a supplement to get rid of certain things, like expelling worms, to lower your fevers, to help with kidneys and nervous tricks. You drink it as a tea, and I would do like no more than 1 drop in a full like 8-ounce glass of water and drink it. Again, consult your doctor first, especially on Blue Tansy. This one does not have supplement information. It's old wives' tales that you can drink this. Now, yeah, you can, but if you really could drink it, just no problem. This would be a bigger bottle. Hi, Moira, and it would say supplement on it. And this does not. Hello, everybody. Okay, so don't use it too often internally because it can cause degeneration of your organs and bleeding. Okay, so we're consulting a doctor before we go anywhere near this internally. Okay, you're not going to find this as a tea somewhere. People say you can drink it. Now, there's another thing. Use caution if you have hay fever. All right, if you have hay fever, don't use Blue Tansy because it's got the same things in it that's going to make you react. Don't confuse it with ragwort because ragwort is super, 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 super toxic. The flowers look almost identical. The oil is a very identical color. So this one, I'm like, yeah, use it, but this one we're using with some respect and some caution. You are consulting your doctor before you touch this. All right, now that I've said that, if you die, it's up to you, survival of the fittest, I don't care, okay? I gave you the warning. It's up to you if you listen or not. What is this good for our skin? It's good for antifungal, all right? That's amazing. Also antibacterial. It's also good for anti-inflammatory. Are you somebody who gets a lot of poofy up in your eyes in the morning time? Blue Tansy would be good for you. We're going to dilute it. Now, for skin, this is perfectly safe. Topical, super safe. You don't want to get in your eye. You don't want to drink it, but for topical, super, super safe. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. And I wish you had some basil, because basil you just put on the outside right here and right behind it. And everybody I've ever done that for, no matter how severe their earache was at the moment, they found like instant relief. I'd use concentrated basil from doTERRA, like everybody knows. I don't say just go out and buy the Walmart brand because it's not the same. It's definitely not the same. But that definitely, if you just want a quick fix and you're at home and you happen to have some really, really good basil oil, I would put some just on the outside of your ear, not inside, on the outside right here, and that would open that up right away. Okay, anti-inflammatory. It calms angry skin irritation. So, bug bites, heat rashes. It can help with eczema. It can help with acne and dermatitis. I'm not saying this is 100% for everybody, but I know for myself, it does really, really help. It helps soothe dry, sensitive skin. So if you're somebody who is I mean, just the littlest thing makes your skin break out. It's really dry. You get that lizard look where you have like your legs kind of crack and stuff like that. Kind of looks like the Sahara Desert after 6 months of no rain. This could definitely help. My mixture that I'm going to be doing for me is going to have both blue tansy and copaiba in my sugar scrub. And I guarantee you guys are going to be seeing results like on the instant because this stuff is amazing. I've got different information for this one that didn't happen for copaiba. So copaiba, they did not have, with all that other information, I could not figure out who it was attributed to gods-wise, and I could not figure out what sign it was associated with. Maybe somebody else, if you guys can find that out, and you can leave the information down here, please do. Sharing is caring. Blue tansy, however, is associated with water, associated with Venus, and associated with Gemini. So if you're somebody who is a Gemini and you're looking for a self-soothing ritual, and you're like, I don't have any Gemini oil, well, you can use blue tansy, okay? Or you're doing something for Venus. You don't have any, Venus love aphrodisiac oil. You can use blue tansy. I want to show you how cool this stuff is real quick. It almost smells like chamomile, by the way, is what it smells like. It smells like it would make a good tea. Look at that. That's not black, that's blue. This is as blue gets. It's like the deepest amount of blue that you've ever seen in your entire freaking life. This is blue because they cold press and steam distill the, I think this one's actually just steam distilled, out of the flowers and the leaves and the stems. And because the flower is blue, it comes off blue. Now, oh my god, it smells so good. It's like overpoweringly good, but it is so good. I'm only going to be using like a drop or two in my whole entire mixture because I don't want my face to be blue. Okay, so let's just keep that in mind. Okay. The flowers themselves are a declaration of war due to very, very funny that there is those blue flowers on The Purge. You guys remember that movie? And like everybody, if you're going to participate in the Purge, you purgy. If you're going to participate in the Purge, you put the blue flowers on your doorstep. I don't know if those are blue tansies. I don't know. I will have to do my research. And again, if anybody knows what that flower is, put it down below. That would be super cool. Well, you can order basil from me, Moira. Basil is not that expensive, and it is amazing. It's amazing for cramps. It's amazing for headaches. It's amazing for earaches. It's amazing for stress. It's amazing for hurt muscles. On and on and on and on. Swimmer's ear. Literally, basil is amazing. I should do a whole thing on basil. Gosh, I digress so bad. Okay, so those flowers. I don't know if they're blue tansy on The Purge, but I found it very interesting that they were blue flowers because blue tansies literally were a declaration of war. If a tribe gave one to the other, okay, we're going to war. And it's because they are super, super invasive. They're very beautiful, but the second you see a flower on them, you should cut those bad boys down and hang them outside to dry because they will go to seed very quickly, and then your entire yard and your neighbor's yard is going to be covered in blue tansy. It is connected with immortality and sacred youth, okay? So if you're trying to do a spell for yourself for beauty, you're going to want to put blue tansy in there. If you're trying to do something for immortality or possibly just to help lengthen somebody's life, like I did with my boxer. My boxer, I kept her for 13 years, and she was healthy until she just wasn't at the very end and then was gone, right? Which is kind of what I asked for. I said, if she's going to go, just have her go. I don't want her to linger, I was talking to somebody the other night. They only got to keep their boxer till 6. 6? I got twice in a year of what he got with his dog. And I don't know. So maybe she was just a really well-bred boxer, but she outlived every one of her pup litter mates. Because I know the person who bred her. And so she outlived them by years. So, did my little bit help? I kind of feel like, yeah, I got some really healthy extra years out of my dog that probably normal people don't get. So, I did not have blue tansy at that point in time. If I did, I would have used it. Immortality. It's associated with Habib and also with Mary. So if you're working with either of those deities, it's associated with the gods and goddesses of death and rebirth. So you're doing something with Hades, you're doing something with Hecate, you're doing something with Anubis, things like that. You're going to want to use some blue tansy. Dress the dead in oils. And I honestly wish I had known this before when my grandma had died, because I would have anointed her. I would have. I was in the room with her body for a couple hours. It was harder than you would think, but now looking back, I wish I had been even more involved than I had been. Once we call the coroner or once whatever, your hands off from that point in time. But your bodies of your dead loved ones are safe. Unless they died of some crazy infectious disease, they're safe. You can dress them, you can care for them. My grandma was not being embalmed and not being cremated. She was going to get buried old school casket style. So if I had known this then, I would have anointed her with it. Because I love my grandma and she's worth it, right? You know? So dressing the dead in oils. They also use the flowers as funeral wreaths. So can you imagine these very beautiful, bright blue funeral wreaths? I've not seen something like that. You always see white and lilies and those little pink carnations, right? Give me something pretty. If I go before you, tell me you want blue tansy wreaths at my thing, right? Okay. And also cinnamon. I want to go old school with it. I want to be sent away like I used to be sent away. Okay. Charms and potions for longevity. So again, longevity. Now that does not just mean you having longevity, it means the potency of the spell. So how many of us have done something and you're like, oh, okay, I want this and this and this to happen, and it works really, really well, but then it kind of peters out quicker than you wish it would have. Adding a little bit of blue tansy could help this last longer. Now on potions that you eat or drink, do beware. Again, blue tansy is only mildly poisonous. It's mildly good for you, mildly poisonous when ingested, okay? So don't feed it to somebody, because if you're making a potion and you're like, oh, I'm making a love potion, no longevity, let me put some blue tansy in there. What if the person you're in love with has hay fever and you didn't know? You could literally kill them. So kind of always know what you're working with and who you're working on, especially when it comes to things that you eat, okay? Like, for example, if you were doing my strawberry spell that you do eat, I would say don't add the blue tansy, okay? Because you're going to eat it. You're going to be putting the strawberry in your mouth. You're going to be holding it there. And that strawberry, it works really, 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 really well. You do a magic strawberry on somebody, they're yours forever, right? But you're not going to want to hold that in your mouth with something like that. So find a different something that's good for longevity that isn't poisonous. Okay, it can repel flies, potato beetles, biting flies, mosquitoes, and other harmful invasive insects. They used to rub blue tansy on their meat to keep flies off of it. Now we know that, okay, well, some people died from that, right? But you can put it around your trash can. So I would get like a little spray bottle, put a few drops of blue tansy, a little bit of water, maybe a dash of coconut oil just so it like floats out, you know? And you could spray your trash cans with it. No more flies. You could have your kids close their eyes, close their mouth real quick, spray them down, arms out, spray them down. It's going to dry instantly. It's safe for their skin. And then no flies are going to be landing on them. Same for if you're camping or if you have potato bugs, you know, going and eating your actual potato plants. You could put a little drop of it on a cotton ball near the base of your plant. You could also spray your plants down. Also, another thing that works really well with that is Castile soap. You put a little bit of Castile soap in a water bottle, spray down your plants, the bugs will stop eating your plants, and it's okay for the plant. Okay. Now, on the don't eat it part, if you really, really, really had to, it can help expel worms, lower your fever, help kidney and nerve troubles if you drink it as a tea. Extreme, extreme, extreme caution. Like I said, don't do it unless you talk to your doctor. But if for some reason you talk to your doctor and he says, yeah, I think in a low dose blue tansy would be something that you could do, I would make sure you get the purest form of it. That's why I always go doTERRA. If you need a link to that, I sell doTERRA. It's always planted on virgin ground, so there's never been pesticides or chemicals. They pick it with human hands, and they steam distill it and cold press it the same exact day that they pick it. And if something's not optimal, they just straight up don't have it. So, like, we did not have Roman chamomile for 2 years because the flowers got wet. They were not optimal, so doTERRA said, nah, we're just not going to put Roman chamomile out. So we didn't. Okay, one last oil I want to talk to you guys about, just because I found it when I was doing my cleanup, is, oh, and I will say this, doTERRA does have rose. Their rose in a drop like this is like $200. This rose is like, I think for like 60, but it's absolutely amazing. You guys want automatic aphrodisiac? Rose. You want automatic people be nice to you? Rose. You want automatic people just give you things and love you and treat you like you're the bestest thing ever, Rose, okay? Real quick though, for somebody who maybe we speak a little bit too much, or the things we say we don't think about before we say them, or recently we've been kind of floating the C word around or being like a bee a lot, and we've been saying things that maybe we wish that we wouldn't have said, things that we've come to regret later in life. I would say try the whisper oil. Now, this has a lot of things in it. This can also be a hardcore aphrodisiac. We're trying to like get people interested in us. This is a twin flame group, right? We're trying to have the person that we love just want us. We want self-love so that we want us, so that they want us, right? All these things. Whisper might be up your alley, especially if you're a little outspoken and if you get shitty kind of quickly, which I do. I get shitty pretty quickly. I'm a Pisces, so I'm super, super, super sweet until I'm fucking not. And then I'm not at all. Then I'm like, holy shit, are we safe? And it's like, the answer is no, you're not. Okay, so just, rolling with the Pisces. Okay, so this has fractionated coconut oil, patchouli, which patchouli we all know is great for love, right? So that's an aphrodisiac on itself, helps with self-love. It's also really good for money magic. People don't obviously associate that 100%, but it is really good with money magic. So you could be like, thank you for, okay. All right, bergamot, Hawaiian sandalwood, rose, vanilla, jasmine, cinnamon bark, vetiver, labradorum, coca, and lilingaling. Wow, this is a freaking love spell in a bottle right here. This is a hardcore love spell in the bottle. You want somebody to want you. You want somebody to like you. You want somebody to follow you around like a little lost puppy. This one. The only reason they're not going to like this is if they do not like patchouli. And it doesn't smell hardcore like patchouli, but if you don't like patchouli at all, then you're going to be able to smell it. Oh, to me, this is amazing. It's completely fantastic. I like to put it on my wrist. Little drop there. I like to put it on my temples. I don't do this with everything, but I do this with a ling-a-ling, and I do this with Whisper, and the Whisper has a ling-a-ling in it. It kind of wafts across my face. I will say this. Later today, I won't be speaking as much, but it won't matter. The things I do say are going to be perfect. When it's called Whisper, it's not that, oh, woman, quiet down, blah, blah, blah. It's that sometimes you really want people to listen to you. If you lean in and you say something really sweet, and maybe you're a little quiet, it makes them have to listen. And then they're more intrigued. And then they do. Okay? So Whisper's really, really good. Especially if you've been finding yourself stepping on your tongue a lot, stepping on your feet a lot, foot in the mouth kind of syndrome. Try the Whisper. Alrighty, then I guess I'll be nice and pull some cards for you guys. Real quick though, does anybody have any questions on what was said today? On any of the oils or anything going on? Let's see, what did anybody even say? They said, hello, 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 hi, you're watching, hello, a wave. I'm listening to you while I'm in the ER. I was so resistant on going, but now I just want to feel better. You said basil, but I could not find any. I love your hair, thank you. The basil essential oil around, I say I cannot find any around. Yeah, I know, you just have to order it. You have to order it and sent right to your house. Be there in 3 to 6 days. The actual place where doTERRA's headquarters is in Utah, so it doesn't take very far for it to go. Okay, what do my people on here need to know today? And I am open today. So, Moira, I know I owe you some cards. You can contact me today. Boy, this is like taking forever. What do people need to know? Okay, I'm going to take it as that one. That's funny. Okay, so our first card is self-love, which I started off this entire conversation. No, Yeah, no. So our stuff is kind of expensive. It depends on the oil. So like lemon's really cheap. It's like $10. That's because they cold press the out of the rind of the lemon, right? Rose, they have to collect all those little rose petals, and I think they use only a certain kind of tea rose to make their rose oil. It was something like 50,000 roses make like one 5 millimeter bottle or some shit like that. So it's like there's a reason why it's very, very expensive, but it's amazing. So I only do doTERRA. I don't know. Is there a way for me to write on here to you guys? I don't know. Probably not. It does at the very beginning, but it doesn't. Nope. That's not. You guys are like, what am I seeing? It's what's propping up my camera. Shit. Alright, well, I don't know. I'll leave it in the link below. I know I say that all the time, but I will really try to remember the doTERRA link and just take a look around. And if you're like, oh, what is this oil for? Hit me up. I'll let you know. Okay, so first we got self-love today. This is the child inside of us, asking us to be our own parent, asking us to love ourselves fully from the inside out, asking us to let go of our past and move forward in the way that only we can if we decide that we want that. We were talking today about taking care of yourself, about doing scrubs, about doing, maintenance on yourself in a spiritual level. That is self-love at the base. So many times we roll out of bed, we're like, oh, whatever I throw on. Oh, I didn't brush my teeth, screw it. Oh, who cares if I eat? No breakfast for me. I'll just be shitty till 1 o'clock, or whatever. We need the self-love. We do. We need to realize that the little child inside of us that's hurt, that's crying out for help, we got to be our own parent for that, and we have to love and nurture that person. That means we have to make ourselves go have fun. We have to give ourselves a good time. We have to feed ourselves properly. We have to take care of ourselves, call ourselves beautiful, play with ourselves. In several ways, probably. But yeah, do something for you to show that self-love so that we can grow beyond it. I'm going to go ahead and read directly out of my little book here so it can give you the full-on thing. So it says, be courageous. Listen to your own advice. Your inner child is an aspect of the self, reminiscent of all that you have learned and experienced. Free, spontaneous, creative, full of wonder. Your inner child longs to be in a state of joy, but also requires nurturing, attention, and constant reassurance, which if you're a twin flame and you're on here, yeah, you need a constant reassurance. For sure you do. Your inner child feels these extremes of emotions because they lack understanding of why particular circumstances have occurred. You can shift long-standing emotional patterns by working with your inner self, resolving problems, traumas, and issues that you have found challenging and difficult to address. While you have grown up quickly or had a limited childhood, absent of opportunities and experiences, the inner child is an aspect of you that requires love and attention, even as an adult. Emotions are powerful. Like children, adults can manipulate, rebel, throw tantrums, and also put on a brave face for sake of others. To create a symbiotic relationship, you, the parent, and you, the inner child, must work in agreement of security, safety, acceptance, and surety. Acknowledging that you have been wounded is the first step to shifting your mindset. Self-love is essential right now as there is a child within you needing parental help and advice, grieving for the past or circumstances that we did not understand at the time. No matter how old you were, it is necessary. Helplessness, confusion, and feeling overwhelmed can trigger childlike behaviors such as tantrums, manipulation, rebellion, and an attempt to get what you want. Take time to be playful and curious. Be courageous and learn the power of no. It will shield you from pushy people seeking to compromise your values and integrity. If you were able to see the little you now, what sage advice would you give them, and knowing what you know today? And an affirmation for this is, I nurture the child within me. I am complete, whole, secure, and I am safe. So the word no, it's so funny. I'm really, really good at it to some people, and some people it's really, really hard for me to say. And it seems like the ones that it's really hard for me to say are the ones that I need to be like telling them no the most. It's like, no, you don't get that for free. No, you can't hoodwink me out of this and that. No, I said no. No means no means no means no, right? So even that's something that I work on with myself. But I'm a lot better at giving myself what I want and what I need this day and age than I used to be. Next we have compassion. And I'm only doing 3 of this set. So she's on a lotus flower. She is got to be a goddess of some sort. And she's giving compassion to herself as well as to everybody. This is about literally being a woman, being a person, going through your higher divine self, raising up, knowing when it's time to be compassionate for yourself, knowing when it's time to pull the drain on a situation. Enlightenment, divine understanding creates new life. The beautiful, fertile Queen Yin, Kuan Yin, We tried, okay? Yin holds the white lotus flower in her hand and a pearl of enlightenment in the other. She arrives today to bless you with compassion, unconditional love, and acceptance. And again, that unconditional love is with yourself, all right? And accepting yourself. Residing in the realm of the ascended masters, she has heard your prayers and has asked you to open up to miracles. Sitting on a pink lotus is a symbol of peace and harmony. The mother of all humanity hears cries and prayers of the people. She stretches her love to those who need it, giving support in times of grief and trauma. Her beauty, her grace, and her eloquence has captured by the aspect of the divine feminine. Love, nurturing, forgiveness, and compassion and understanding. Knowing as a bringer of children, the graceful Yin nurtures fertility and creative endeavors. Growth in all areas is possible with the assistance of her fertile hands. She assists those that are wishing to release burdens around family and love. During times of great sadness and turmoil, she encourages us to nurture ourselves. Okay, so this is 2 cards in a row asking us to take care of ourselves. It's only through suffering that we understand what is harmful and what is the burden of your soul's progress. Right now, Yin can assist you in removing karmatic obstacles, emotional imbalances, and anything else holding you back from receiving love in all of its purity. Softening criticisms towards others and understanding differences in opinions and perspectives allows us to communicate more effectively with friends, families, and co-workers and members of our community. Having an open heart is essential for us to receive and reciprocate love to others. Excuse me. Removing expectations allows us to receive gifts with no limitations and accelerates us in their delivery. Soft and fertile offerings such as fresh flowers encourage this divine exchange of love and energy into your home and sacred space. And honestly, the couple times I have bought myself fresh flowers, I'm happy for like a whole week. Somebody will try to bring me down, and they can't. And it's like, But then as soon as those flowers start to take a dive, if I don't pull them out right away and get rid of them, then I take a dive. So, yeah, bring fresh flowers in your home, but be mindful. Okay, they're going out. Let's get them out and let's get something else. You can buy flowers for like $3. You don't have to buy the most expensive ones. $5, okay? It doesn't matter. You just get yourself some flowers. The prayer is, I graciously request Kuan Yin to place her fertile healing hands upon my heart, my mind and soul to clear stagnant energies that are limiting my soul's potential to accept love and creation in all of its purity. And I apologize for getting that name so butchered. And finally today we have change. And so this is awesome. If this isn't a twin flame card, I don't know what is. Look at the 2 different sides. You know, we've got the beautiful blue, we've got the awesome red, and we have change. And this guy is in the middle. And he has this like ghostly presence around him. So he's looking for change in all aspects of the world. He's ready to change for himself. He's ready to see change in others. And he's ready to choose to finally take a different path than he is used to taking. And if this is you, no more dilly-dallying. Let's just get on it. Okay. New beginnings bring challenges. Adapt to your surroundings. And that's another thing. I feel like so many times, with my clients at least, they'll tell me, oh, this is really bad for me, or I hate my job, or this person's really horrible to me, or whatever. And I say, well, why are you still with them? Or why are you still with that job? Or how come you haven't changed? Or how come you haven't found something better? And they always kind of go, him, and it's like, okay, well, you know it's not good. Why are you staying there? And it's because the truth of it is they're afraid to see what else. They're afraid to see what's new. They're afraid to try something different. They're afraid that if they were to open up and decide, okay, this isn't working for me, I'm going to try something else, that maybe it'd be worse. And the truth is, it's never going to be worse. It's going to always be some kind of upgrade. Yeah, maybe there's a new challenge you have to overcome, but you're not going to have to deal with the same challenges you've been stuck in all that time. So it's like, it's that whole, oh, I'd rather stay with the devil I know kind of thing. It's like, no, honey, this area sucks. These people suck. Get out. Go. That job sucks. It's sucking you dry. Move, change, do something different, right? Okay. Like the wind, the universal spiral symbolizes change and growth. The spiral is a sacred symbol that reflects the universal pattern of growth, evolution, the goddess, fertility, and the life force of energy. Just like the changing seasons, new life is formed around a period of hibernation. Plants know when to shed their parts of themselves, dropping their leaves, their branches, and their seeds at precise moments. Their natural rhythm is synchronized with their environment. Walking down the road of change allows you to see where you have been and where you are going. This perspective can be confronting, but one needs to recognize that the past issues and mistakes to make better choices in the future. These learning experiences require you to go and surrender to your own divine will. Beginnings are often described as painful endings. Accepting your current position in life can offer powerful realizations about your current circumstances. Focus on life's changes now. If you insist on making decisions, be patient and seek professional advice to secure a solid foundation before the final phase. Hey, I'm open. Right now there is a change in the air. You are moving quickly into the next stage of your life. Acceleration may feel uncomfortable, but at first it's essential to bring in your new progress. Being uncomfortable allows your soul to expand and grow. Surrender and let go of any fear that you have surrounding the change required to enter a smooth transition. Changing your circumstances in career, habits, family, finances, relationships, locations, ideas, and beliefs are all possible now. Be open to possibilities. Just like an eclipse, Surge's change can be perceived as a negative influence, but in reality it often leads to more productive, beneficial outcome. Adapting your new surroundings may take time. Relieve any anxiety by removing your resistance to the universal flow. When the winds of change slow down and the dust begins to settle, reflect on how far you have come. And the affirmation is, I move through life with ease, reflecting on each learning experience with love and understanding. I surrender my fear to the universal freedom. And okay, so often in my own life and with my clients' lives, they'll tell me, or I'll even see in my own life, I really, really put my foot up against that one. You know, I really kind of braced myself for this change or didn't want whatever it was to happen. And at the end of the day, not only was it not bad, it was positive. And I wish I had just gone with it to begin with. I wish I had just kind of said, okay, let's try this first. And this is the problem. A lot of us, especially people who work for themselves or you have been single for so long, it's really, really hard to let anybody else help you. Doesn't matter what kind of help it is. You could have 12 grocery bags you got to take in and 4 people in the car and you're like, fuck it, I got it all myself. And you kick and open the door and you're barely making it in because you wanted to be the one to carry it all in, you know? Or a friend will want to take you out and dress you up and go, let's go meet some people. Let's go have some drinks. And you're like, no. And you're fighting it tooth and nail, but you're sitting at home all lonely all night, you know? Somebody's like, you know, you're really good at such and such. I've got an opening. You want to come try the position? No, because I've worked with this company for 10 years. Well, yeah, but you've been complaining about it for 7. Okay, so you might have been with them for 10, but you can complain about it for 7. You're not sure if you're getting your pension now. Why don't you change? Why don't you try something different? And they put up that shield. No, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. If we could just in those moments go, you know what? You're right. I'm lonely. Let's go out tonight. You're right. I'm not happy at my job. Let's go see what yours is about. You're right. I need some TLC. Let's go get our toes done. You're right. I was hungry. I don't want to cook. I'm not going to eat tonight. I was going to open a red or a White Claw and stay on the couch, and that was all I'm going to do. Take me out to food. Okay? Instead of resisting these things, we just open arm, accept them into our lives. The change is like phenomenal. It's overlapping one after another, after another, after another. And like I said, there are things that you can do to help this. The scrubs that you use, the stones that you use, the ritual baths. And maybe it's not any one thing, but it's all of it as a combination. And you'll know what's working better. Some days, all I need to do is pick up this little boy and be like, thank you for allowing whatever bill to be paid. And then somebody will hit me up and be like, hey, you know, I haven't had a reading with you in a really long time and you were always on point. Let me get that reading. I'd like a new one. You know, sometimes all it is putting on a little bit of bayberry oil. Sometimes all it is lighting an incense. Sometimes it's a culmination of all of it, and I have to take a bath, light the incense, do a prayer, hold the stone, do my meditation, watch the candle burn down. So just like some days life is easier, some days your spiritual life is going to be easier. Some days you're going to need to give more to it. But if you're not afraid of it, and you're not resisting it, and you're like, I know positive things are going to come from this, and you just allow yourself to really full on get in there, no doubts. You're just like, I'm just going to do this. This is going to work. This candle is going to work. This ritual bath's going to make me feel a million times better. I'm going to plant this rosemary, and the guy I've always wanted is going to come to my house, or whatever. You get into that mindset, and you will find that that is how life treats you. Alrighty then. Oh, there's... Yeah, eucalyptus is really funny. I actually just cut some eucalyptus from my tree in the back. Eucalyptus is great for exorcism, great for energy removal, cleansing, negativity out of your life. So if you just have eucalyptus oil, that's still really, really good. And the leaves in your jacket's really good. If you're finding you're having any problems with money, I would put one of the leaves in your wallet, and along with a bay leaf or a basil leaf. Either one of those would help. Well, along with the eucalyptus, would help draw in more money. This card and the theme comes perfectly timing today. I love your cards. Absolutely beautiful. Thank you so much. All right. Well, if anybody else doesn't have questions or comments, if you do, please post them. And if not, I'm going to get out of your hair. Today is the first day I've been home, and I don't even know how long. My dogs were so excited to, like, cuddle with me. I just saw something over my shoulder. I don't know if anybody else saw that. My door is closed. It was, like, on the black jacket. It was, like, a white smoke thing, but I don't have any incense going or anything. Alrighty then. I love you all so, so much. Thank you for watching. Please share, like, subscribe. Check out my Patreon. There's all sorts of things on there. And I'm trying to figure out how to put more on there as we speak. I'm actually trying to figure out how to get these on there, because I think I could. And there's a lot of good information on here that after Facebook just goes through it, it's like they're kind of lost in time. So at least I could group them there or something like that. Alrighty then. If you're going to be in the Vegas area from the 8th to the 11th, so will I. So if you would like a personal booking, hit me up. Love you all so much. Bye.